In the first season of Fargo, a season in which we follow insurance salesman Lester Nygaard after he becomes embroiled in a multi-murder case, Police Chief Lou makes a reference to an infamous massacre that occurred in the late 70s. This is one of the many links between the first two seasons of Fargo, in spite of the show being an anthology series. Some of these links are in your face and as subtle as, say, a mammoth UFO flying above town. Others make you giddy in that fanboy-esque feeling of being able to connect dots between characters and plots spread over the course of decades. The second season of Fargo is a massive step up from the first in terms of scale, ambition, and I assume budget. The style, while retaining that Fargo quirkiness and tango with the absurd, is given a shake-up with this funky retro style, full of bombastic soundtracks from the past, split screens and whatnot. It feels like it was directed by Quentin Tarantino at times. With the first season having the difficult task of winning over skeptics like me, who are not too pleased with the idea of one of the best Coen brothers films being made into a TV show, season 2 has perhaps an even greater task. Follow up a perfect season of television with a new story, a new cast, and a new time period. Set in the 70s, Season 2 stars Patrick Wilson, Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst, and a whole other bunch of actors in a stacked lineup of characters. The huge gallery of cast is perhaps the most immediately noticeable difference from the first season. Yeah, there were a fair bunch of characters, but really Season 1 was small and intimate, focused on a handful of characters. Season 2 has a huge bunch of characters, and you spend a few episodes frustratingly trying to work out who's who, and the confusing geography and literal appearance of a flying saucer does make you ask just what the hell is going on. Once the confusion dissipates, it becomes clear that the story is actually quite a simple setup. The Gerhardt family, a powerful Fargo crime syndicate with a heavy emphasis on family, become pressured by a Kansas City mob looking to swallow the Gerhardt's turf, offering to either buy them out or wipe them off the map. In some ways, it's the classic story of a local family business being threatened by the megalomaniac capitalist incoming machine, only with rifles and shotguns. By sheer chance, a couple played by Plemons and Dunst become entangled when the latter accidentally drives into one of the younger members of the Gerhardt mob after he shoots up a diner, and rather than come clean to Wilson's investigating state trooper, the couple unwisely decide to stay quiet and cover up the fact that there's a dead gangster in their garage, as the missus drove the car home with the gangster through her windscreen, literally inviting evil into the couple's home. It sounds simple, but there's so many characters and so many moving parts that it takes a while to get your bearings right, and the show doesn't help at times, like one scene, and I'm still baffled by this even having finished the season, where the Kansas mob shoot up the Gerhardt house with a few members of the family inside. We cut away, so you'd imagine the show will get back to it later, but it doesn't, and instead the next episode opens with the burial of the Gerhardt patriarch, and without showing his face. I was so confused. I thought I'd missed an episode or something. Why was something so huge skipped over? Why didn't we see the guy's death, or at least his face? I thought it was going to lead to some kind of plot twist where he wasn't really dead. In a season with UFOs and Bruce Campbell popping up as Ronald Reagan, this part made me more confused than anything else. Like the previous season, it takes a good 3 or 4 episodes to get going, to get the characters lined up and in each other's scopes. And while I was watching it, I was thinking, yeah, this is good, I like it, but I don't really see why everyone seems to prefer this to the first season. It's ultimately just a mob war, with a bit of family drama sprinkled in, nothing I haven't seen before. But now that I've finished it, I can say the season really does elevate itself above being a simple action drama through its themes and characters. There's a lot of talk of returning from the Vietnam War and a general atmosphere that is perhaps best encapsulated in the Malay era phrase. And in terms of characters, despite having so many of them, they really do feel fleshed out and well developed. In fact, crazy as it seems to suggest, in some ways I'm disappointed with season 2 because the characters are so interesting. The 2 seasons are both great. Between the two, I might have to give the nod to the latter, but there was still so much more to give. You could make an entire show about the characters of season 2, intercutting between the lot of them. I'd be very interested, for example, in seeing how Mike Milligan started working for the Kansas City mob, You could explore little subplots and side stories that different members of the Gerhardts get tangled up in. You could even go back in time to when established members of the Gerhardts were younger and follow their upbringing, something which was touched upon in flashbacks. You could also follow random locals like the Plemons and Dunst duo, and somewhere down the line you could collide the Kansas City mob and the Gerhardts, making Season 2 of Fargo one of many potential seasons in a series following the Gerhardts. I mean, look at the conspiracy-minded lawyer in this season. He was a great character, and you could actually have a few episodes just following him on some random cases, Saul Goodman style. It's a testament to how fun this world is, and I had a really great time with the characters of Season 2. The things that people love about the first season of Fargo, the sharp, witty dialogue, the wacky characters, the dance with absurdity, is all retained in the second season, which ups the ante in every way. It's larger and it's expansive. The evil explored here is a different kind of evil to the likes of Malvo. It's a look at the unrelenting incoming tide of capitalism, the constant demand of increasing profit no matter the human cost. It actually reminds me of Deadwood Season 3 with the likes of George Hurst coming into town and taking over with his capitalist vision, and the town unifying and resisting. All in all, it was a captivating, filling and fulfilling season. There are elements and characters I intentionally did not speak about in this review because I have videos planned for them for later. What did you think of this second season of Fargo? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.